The lights were brighter than usual that day, sharp enough to make even confidence feel fragile. In the middle of a polished game show stage built for laughter and quick wit, something unexpected happened that no producer could have planned and no script could have softened. A 5-year-old child, small in size but enormous in presence, became the quiet center of the room, and in a matter of seconds the energy shifted from entertainment to something deeply human. It was the kind of moment that doesn't shout but settles heavily in the chest, the kind that makes time slow and forces even the strongest adults to confront feelings they didn't know were waiting. Before the story goes any further, take a moment right now. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and the power of innocence to change hearts, please like this video, share it with someone who needs hope today, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Stories like this only travel as far as compassion allows them to. The show had started like any other, full of applause, smiling faces, and a host known for humor and confidence, a man who had spent years commanding stages and handling unexpected moments with ease. But behind the tailored suit and practiced charisma lived a weight few people ever saw, the quiet burden of responsibility, past struggles, and the constant pressure to always be strong in public. That day, the producers had invited a special guest to the stage, a little girl seated in a wheelchair, dressed carefully, her hair neatly done, her eyes wide as if absorbing the entire world at once. She had faced more in her short life than many adults ever would, learning resilience before she learned how to read, learning patience before she learned how to run. As she was guided into the spotlight, the audience responded with polite applause, the kind people offer when they sense a meaningful moment is coming but don't yet understand it. The host smiled, crouching slightly, as if instinctively lowering himself to her level, unaware that this small adjustment mirrored what was about to happen emotionally. For years, he had been the one lifting others with jokes, advice, and public generosity. But that day, the direction of strength was about to reverse. The child looked around, taking in the faces, the cameras, the lights, and then she focused, not with fear, but with clarity that seemed far too mature for her age. The challenges in her life were not hidden. Her wheelchair was not a symbol of weakness, but of adaptation, of a world that demanded she learn early how to move differently through it. She had known hospital rooms instead of playgrounds, therapy sessions instead of carefree afternoons, and questions from strangers who didn't always understand. Yet there was no bitterness in her presence. There was curiosity, wonder, and a sincerity that felt untouched by ego or performance. As the moment stretched, the room grew quieter, not because someone asked for silence, but because everyone felt it was necessary. Something about her expression, the way she absorbed the space without trying to impress it, began to affect the host. His confident posture softened. The jokes he might have made stayed unspoken. For perhaps the first time in years on that stage, he was not leading the moment. He was listening, not just with his ears, but with memories of his own struggles, failures, and the long road it took to rebuild himself. The child's presence became a mirror, reflecting back the simple truth adults often forget, that value is not measured by applause, success, or strength, but by the ability to feel and to care. When her words came, they were not complex or rehearsed. They carried no grand philosophy, no polished wisdom. Yet they landed with a force that stunned the room. Her innocence stripped away layers of armor built over decades. The audience watched as the host's composure faltered, his eyes lowering, his body no longer performing but responding. It was not embarrassment or weakness, it was recognition. Recognition that despite all achievements, there are moments when the smallest voice can carry the deepest truth. In that silence, something shifted for everyone watching. The cameras kept rolling, but the spectacle was gone. What remained was a shared vulnerability, a reminder that strength is not about never breaking, but about allowing yourself to be moved. The host, known for making others laugh, was now visibly affected. grounded by the reality that innocence has a power no fame can match. The child had not intended to change him, but change happened anyway, quietly and completely. As the show continued, the energy was different. The laughter returned eventually, but it carried warmth instead of noise. The audience applauded not because they were prompted, but because they felt connected to something genuine. At home, viewers felt it too, that tightening in the chest, that sudden urge to reflect on their own lives, their own reactions to hardship, their own capacity for compassion. The moment did not trend because it was dramatic, but because it was honest. If this story is reaching something inside you, if it reminds you of moments when kindness or innocence changed your perspective, please take a second now to engage with this video. Like it, share it, and let others feel what you're feeling right now. Stories like this matter because they remind us who we are beneath everything else. Just before this story ends, we have a special request. Please comment below and share what this moment made you feel or who it reminded you of. Your words might be the encouragement someone else needs today. By the time the lights dimmed and the audience began to leave, nothing visible had changed, yet everything had. A child returned to her life of challenges with the same quiet strength she arrived with, and a grown man walked off a stage carrying a renewed sense of humility and gratitude. The world moved on, but that moment stayed, living on in hearts as proof that sometimes the purest voices don't need volume to be heard, and the smallest truths can silence even the loudest rooms.